Welcome back to the Real Estate News. Joining me now is Geri Colucci with Equitable Property Management. Welcome, Geri.
Thank you.
I think this is my first time seeing you for the new year, so Happy New Year.
Thank you. You also.
When we were just talking at the break, we started to have an interesting conversation. I said, wait, we've got to save this for the show
Yes.
because we were talking about setting the rental rate.
Right.
And basically how me as a property owner, I might have some misguided expectations or unrealistic expectations about setting my rental rate based on my costs. So can you enlighten us, about the complexity of this issue?
Well, when establishing a rental rate, we do like to consider what the owners need to cover their costs. However, that doesn't always apply directly to how we establish the rent.
Okay.
And that is, what's the square footage of the house? How many bedrooms? How many baths? Is it a garage? Do they have a gated community or not? Are there amenities? And then we look at the market and see what other houses that are comparable are renting for. And then we talk to the owner about what is going to be a realistic expectation.
Now, and it's a good point you made because does the owner's input, is that valuable input, or does that go into consideration when you're setting the rent, or is it arbitrary?
We want this to be a win-win situation for the owner, for my company, and for the eventual tenant.
Okay.
And it starts with the owner feeling comfortable so that they don't feel they're giving their house away.
Sure. Well, and also, yes, when you buy a property, you have a cost of mortgage and expenses, but at the same time, there's additional ways. You don't just make money on a rental on just the rent, right? Can you explain that as well?
Actually, one of the most important things about buying a house now is that they're at a less expensive rate and you will see some appreciation. So while your tenant is helping you pay some of your costs, not all, your house is appreciating in value, so that if you then sell it, you'll get more for it, or you will then move into it and use it as a retirement home and the tenant has helped you pay your bills.
Sure. And there's value there too, which is important for people to keep in mind. Now, how important are the rental rates of other homes, would you say?
It's really important because if it's a single family home, we have a little bit of flexibility based on the condition, because some homes are in impeccable move-in condition and others need some work, and that will affect how much we can get in rent. If it's let's say a condo in a multifamily dwelling, then we really, really have to pay attention to the other rates, because you're not going to get much more than other people are paying or other companies are asking.
And now, what about pets? How do pets factor in? If I allow pets, does that allow me to demand a higher premium for my home?
It does. And most, I've said before, about 60% of our U.S. population has pets. So if you don't allow pets, you're only getting 40% of your possible responses to our ads.
So you're really restricting potential renters.
You really are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about a gated community? Obviously Hilton Head, there's a lot of gated communities. Does that take,
that
does that demand a higher premium as well?
A lot of people know about our planned gated communities, and so they're asking, is that gated because they want a security force?
Okay.
And it really does make a difference. It does increase the rent. I mean, if you're down on South Forest Beach and you have a house on the ocean, of course it doesn't matter if that's gated.
Right.
And that will command more money. But for the average, a gated community with amenities is really important.
That's what people are looking for.
Yeah, they are.
Well, Geri, as always, thank you so much for your
Thank you.
expertise. You never disappoint, and we're so grateful to have you here today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.